So you think reversing diabetes is all about diet and exercise? You're only getting part of the story. What if I told you that one of the most powerful things that you can do for lowering your blood sugar and reversing insulin resistance is something that most people just flat out ignore? What is it? It's sleep. I hit it with the Steph Curry. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's night. It's sleep. That is one of the things that most people ignore. Let's talk about it. So if you don't know me, my name is James J. I am a group fitness instructor for the last decade. I am an Army veteran as well, and a Harvard certified nutrition and wellness specialist. And one of the things that I absolutely am passionate about getting rid of, it's diabetes, guys. It's just one of those things that people seem to think they're just doomed and there's nothing they can do about it. That is what this entire channel is about. It is about giving you hope. It is about encouraging you. It is about walking with you, because I was pre-diabetic as well. And I work out all the time, right? So you can't look at anybody and determine how healthy they are. Yes, people have muscles. It takes work to be in shape. Absolutely does. But you know what? The one thing that most people just flat out ignore is their sleep. And guess what? I was on that list as well, right? So sleep, so important. It's so important. And a lot of people are just not getting quality sleep. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how sleep impacts your blood sugar and what you can start doing like tonight. Like not right, well, unless you're watching this at night. Yeah, you can start tonight and use sleep just like it's medicine, right? Step one. Well, the answer to this question is when you don't sleep, your cortisol goes up. Your cortisol goes up. So insulin sensitivity is going to drop. So cortisol goes up, your insulin sensitivity goes down. That's what stress does, right? So any type of stressor, it's the same thing. Your cortisol goes up, insulin sensitivity goes down. Your body also starts to hold on to a lot of glucose when you're not sleeping well. And I'm telling you, I was guilty of this. 100% guilty of this. Even if you didn't eat anything like right before, which we know in this country, people love to eat late, right? But when you're eating late, it's affecting your sleep. Of course it is. How can it not be when your body's it's digesting crap and you're trying to sleep? Now I know everybody's heard, hey, stop eating 2 or 3 hours before. It's a good rule. It really is. For you guys that are eating and then going straight to bed. Now, a little caveat here. What are you eating before you go to bed, right? Are you snacking? Because this is what most people do. They go eat crap. They're eating French fries and chips and dessert at 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then they're going to try and go to sleep. Like, are you crazy? Yes, it's going to affect your sleep. So this is super important. Your cortisol levels are going up when you're not sleeping. And what you're doing the night before, it absolutely affecting your sleep. So when sleep suffers, your hormones go completely haywire, right? They're all over the place. So your cortisol spikes, which raises the blood sugar. Insulin becomes a whole lot less effective, which means blood sugar is going to stay high. That's just part of what happens here. Ghrelin goes up, right? If you don't know what ghrelin is, it's the hunger hormone. It makes you feel hungry. When you're not sleeping well, ghrelin goes up. And you know what you do? You're like, oh, I'm hungry. You know why? Because you didn't sleep. Well, your ghrelin's high. Leptin goes down, which is the need. It's the opposite of ghrelin. It's the need to feel full. We are nothing but hormonal creatures. Like all of us are hormonal creatures. And if you understand this, you can help your diabetes. You can help it. Sleep. Pay attention to this. This is a big one. And again, it's one people ignore. I was on this list of people that I won't say ignored it. I just wasn't mindful as I should be with my sleep in the past. And so all that has changed. Okay. So the other thing that happens is you're going to crave carbs. This is a big one. I've been here. You don't sleep well, you crave carbs. You just do. It's something about the cortisol going high, the cravings again. So we're talking ghrelin. Ghrelin kicks in. Now you want carbs. No one's craving broccoli. No one does that. The other thing about when you're not sleeping well is you're gonna store more fat. Cortisol goes up. You're gonna store more fat. It's just what's gonna happen. And for guys, especially guys, it's around our belly. That's where we do it. Ladies, a little bit different. It can be in the belly area, but a lot of times it's on the hips, right? That's just what happens. So these are all a result of not getting enough sleep. And the other thing is that your blood sugar just stays elevated, right? Even if you're eating clean, and a lot of people aren't, but even if you were eating clean, if you're not getting enough sleep, it's still affecting your cortisol. It's affecting your cortisol, which is in turn affecting everything that we just went through, which in turn is leading to your craving of carbs, generally speaking, crappy carbs, not just any carbs. It's the crappy stuff that you crave. This is all one domino effect, all right? Okay, so here's how to make sleep part of your diabetes reversal plan with absolutely no guesswork. Okay, this is a big one. I'm probably going to lose some of you on this one. All right, so set a consistent sleep and wake schedule. This is going to be hard because people are so inconsistent with sleep. Again, I was one of them. Not with the wake up, but more so with the going to bed. Right? People treat the weekends differently than they treat a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Most people are working during the week. I get it. This is very, very hard for people to have a consistent wake and, more importantly, a consistent go to sleep time. All right. This is a huge one, but if you can get yourself on a consistent sleep schedule, it's going to help. You want to really aim, again, waking up at the same time every single day, even on the weekends. I know you went out last night and now you need to sleep in because you had too much to drink. I get it. But you want to also train your body's natural clock, which will help lower resistance, right? So the natural clock, sun comes up, sun goes down. I know different times of the year, of course, we're going to have in the summer, we've got those long days where the sunlight is out longer. Just got to figure out what works for you and try and do it every day. Not Monday through Friday, every day. And this is where I'm going to lose some people because people are like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to sleep in. I'm not going to knock anybody that wants to sleep in on a Saturday, Sunday. You work 40, 50, 60 hours. Did you really work that much anyway? Let's be real. Did you? Anyway, I digress. If you can get yourself into bed at the same time every day, it will help with your sleep. Promise you. This is also where I'm going to lose you guys. Screen time. This is a big one because everybody's on their phone. Right, in the bed like this, scrolling. Stop. We got to put this thing down. It's too much. As an adult that can't control their screen time, knowing what we know about screens and how it affects that light. Are you kidding me? Are you not thinking that it has an effect on your brain and your body? Of course it does. Absolutely it does. Now, they've got blue light glasses now. You can turn your screen to where the screen, it takes away the bright light, like at a certain time of day. For me, I have an iPhone where it just automatically goes to a different shade at like 7 p.m. So it takes that bad light out of your eyes. But even with that, if you can get the screen completely off. Now I do read, and I read on a Kindle. So I do have technically I have a device, but it's not that bad light that's coming from a phone or computer. And again, there's going to be one-off situations where you got to do stuff. I get it. But again, you know what I'm talking about. Most people are doing this at night. They're scrolling or watching videos or whatever. So if you can get rid of that, because the blue light is really disrupting your melatonin. So melatonin is what helps you sleep, right? That's why there's melatonin pills or gummies or whatever it is that you want to take. That's what it's for. It's to help you sleep. But if you're constantly taking a melatonin and then scrolling all the damn time as you're trying to go to sleep, you're just like defeating the purpose. Like you really are. So if you're going to take melatonin, fine. I'm not a huge proponent of melatonin, but if you're going to take it, turn your phone off. Let's help ourselves. Help yourself. Help yourself. Got that? All right, let's move on. So another thing that you can do to help with sleep is to create a sleep, kind of like a sanctuary, almost like do the same thing every single night. Have your room cold. Now the experts recommend 65 to 68. I'm no expert, but I keep my temperature at 67 to 68 every night. I can't sleep otherwise. You want to be a little cold, guys. Doesn't it feel good anyway to be snugged up under the blanket? This is important because I've been to people's houses, like I've slept at people's homes that have their house at like 70. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I've gone to friends' homes and I wake up at 12 p.m. in a dead sweat. I go look at the thermostat, it's at 78. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? I can't sleep. What are we doing? So I turn it down to 67 and they're freezing in the morning. I'm like, I slept good. I don't know what happened to that thermostat. No idea. Maybe some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I like it cold, right? Without all the research, I've always been that way. I like it cold. There's a reason for it. The other thing is total darkness. If you can't get blackout curtains, get as close as you can. But light, like it is affecting any type of light. I talk about the phone, even light that's coming in from outside, any type of light. You want to make sure that you minimize it, or even for me, I'm so sensitive. If I can see a light on a charger that's in the wall, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of these chargers are like, they light up or there's like a little light. It bothers me. I can't use it. If it's a charger that has a light on it, I won't use it. I'll find something else that does not have any light. I will not use it. But that little nuance for me makes a difference. It's probably making a difference for you guys too. For some of you guys, it's making a difference. Trust me, it makes a difference. For me, I also have to have white noise. Now that's me. I know a lot of people are like this. I have a white noise app. Yeah, I'm that bad. If I don't have a fan, it used to travel a lot and I have to take a fan with me. Now I have an app. There's a white noise app. So I know I'm not the only crazy one when there's an app for it. Now I don't even worry about a fan anymore. It's awesome. As long as I have my phone, I have white noise. So that is something that might help you as well. I'm a light sleeper. I don't know. Some people are heavy. They don't care. They're deep sleep and it doesn't matter what's going on. Somebody could be robbing your house and you just be knocked out, right? I am a light sleeper. Now, if I don't have a noise of some sort and not a TV with light, because some people do that. They have a TV on. They're like, oh yeah, I keep the TV on. Well, all that light's coming in your face. No, stop that. Figure something else out. But I'm a white noise person. So for me, I absolutely have to have it. I absolutely will not sleep without it. Yes, I'm like a 6-month-old. Whatever, let's move on. Okay, so I touched on this a little bit already. Nutrition. All right, so if you're eating crappy food and then trying to go to sleep, you are doing yourself a disservice. I don't think this is like news to everybody, right? Eating a lot of crappy food and then going to sleep, it's not good. It's not good for anything. It's not good for your sleep. It's not good for your waistline. It's just bad, right? Unless you're eating eggs and steak every night, even that is not great to be eating right before bed, right? But it's much better than anything else, quite honestly. I love eggs. I like steak. I don't love steak. But if you are forced, I use that term loosely, to eat late at night, and then you're gonna go to bed, don't eat a bunch of heavy crap and don't get dessert. Like, this is crazy. And listen, I used to do this too. And I work out all the time. So I say I work out all the time. It's because I still was pre-diabetic because of some of this stuff we're talking about. Because I used to eat late and it wasn't crap. Excuse me, it wasn't good stuff. It was crap, mostly. A lot of crap and then dessert, right? I do not do that anymore. I know it's still a struggle for some people, but you can fix this. You can absolutely fix it. So eating 2 to 3 hours, I think a lot of people probably heard this. There's a reason for it, eating 2 to 3 hours, because you need time for that to digest. If your food's digesting while you're sleeping, it's a problem. You're not getting great sleep when this is happening. You're just not. A lot of leafy green. This is great stuff to help you with your sleep. Leafy green, right? Broccoli. I love broccoli. I love asparagus as well. But anything that's leafy green will help you. You just want to minimize the crappy carbohydrates and sugar late in the evening. The other thing you could do is drink tea. Now, I'm not talking about caffeinated tea. I'm talking about like herbal type teas that can help kind of calm you, relax you a little bit. That is a great way to tell your brain and your body to slow down. Hey, we're getting ready for rest. It's a great way to do that. If you are really, really sensitive to caffeine, I would probably say you probably want to cut it off around early afternoon, 2, 3 maybe. I am not really bothered too much by caffeine. For me, I could probably drink a caffeinated beverage and go right to sleep. It doesn't affect me. I don't know why. It doesn't affect me. Like, actually, I wish it did affect me more, quite honestly. Because when I drink caffeine during the day, I don't get a whole lot from it. I just don't. But if you are very caffeine sensitive, you don't want to be drinking it late in the day because that's gonna mess up your sleep. So keep that in mind as well. And the other thing, of course, is alcohol. Listen, I'm not gonna tell you never to drink alcohol, but if you're drinking it every night or several times a night and then trying to go right to sleep, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's just you're not gonna get good sleep. Who's been drunk before in their life? Not today, not recently. I hardly ever drink, by the way. But you wake up the next morning and you're like, and I don't mean a hangover the next morning. I mean, you're just groggy. It's because your sleep was all screwed up from all that alcohol. So alcohol is a really, really big problem for a lot of people. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is one that's relatively, I won't say new, but a lot of people still don't do it. Track your sleep. Now, I have an Apple Watch. There's so many, you got an Oura Ring, there's so many different devices out there. There's no reason to guess about anything. Like there's so many devices that you can track different things, sleep, you can track, obviously, calories, just everything. You literally can pretty much track everything these days. And the fact is that people are still not using these devices to track, just to me is mind blowing because you don't have to guess about anything anymore. You can literally find out. There's so many devices that have been made for the regular person now to be able to get and track different things without having to go to a doctor or something like that. So I'm a big proponent of tracking sleep. It kind of will tell you your REM sleep. It'll tell you how long you were in REM, and then it just progresses throughout the night as to where you are in your sleep. And you can see a pattern and then figure out, okay, what am I doing on the nights that I had good sleep versus the nights when I didn't? Right, look at it. You can track it. You don't have to guess anymore. So you want to look at the total time that you sleep, deep sleep versus REM, should I say. It's a difference. REM is that deep sleep. Rabbit eye movement is what it stands for, REM. That's the good stuff, right? And then you can just take a look at your resting heart rate as well. So again, my Apple Watch tracks that stuff. If you don't like wearing a watch at night, sometimes I don't. You get an Oura Ring, you just have that on your finger. Do what you got to do. So if you've been working on your diet and your exercise, but your blood sugar, it's still kind of like stubborn and it's not budging. Listen, don't overlook sleep. Do not overlook sleep. So tonight, I'm gonna challenge you, right? Turn your phone off. Give yourself at least an hour. If you like to read, I do, it kind of relaxes me. Maybe do it on a physical book. Number one, that's actually better, especially at night. I understand the convenience of a Kindle or an iPad reader. I get it. If you can find a way to read a physical book at night, do that. Even with these Kindles, like the background of it is designed to kind of not emit that same light as a computer or a cell phone. So be very mindful of that. Maybe some herbal tea, right, is a good option to, again, trigger your brain and your body to know, okay, it's time for me to start winding down. The key is to try and do this every night. Go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time if you can. Don't eat a large meal right before you go to bed. It's ridiculous that people do this so much, especially in the States. Like we are like conditioned. Everybody wants to go out late and eat. I hate it now. Like I don't like it. So when somebody wants to go out late, I'm like dreading it. Almost sometimes I might eat before. I might just go there just to hang out. Maybe I have a beverage or I won't eat them. Right? I don't do that anymore. And when it happens, I always regret it, always, without fail. So if this video helped you in any way, let me know in the comments. And I'm going to see you guys on the next video. Click it around here somewhere. I'll see you over there.